Okay, so in this lecture, we're going to be discussing constructors. And to keep it simple, I'm not really big on definitions. I don't really like like you know um, scholarly definitions. I believe that definitions should be whatever you understand to be true or accurate, describing the subject matter. So today we're going to discuss in this lecture we're going to discuss constructors. Now, in the previous lecture, we discussed classes and how they work and how we make instances of classes and how to use them. So now what we're going to do is let's go to our apples class and we're going to make a constructor for this class. Now, what a constructor is basically when we create an instance, which we did here, we created new apples. As you see here, we have a blank parentheses right here. So basically, that's telling the computer we don't have a constructor. This class does not need anything to do its job. So just simply don't give it anything because we don't need anything because there's no constructor. So we leave it blank. What the constructor does is if we need a constructor, let's say if we needed apples to have the price given to it by the orange class, right? So we can actually just we can leave this here, but let's remove the initializer and let's just set it to just blank, just to 0. We can actually set this to 0, right? So now we have double the price is equal to 0. So let's say we need the user to give us the price. So we don't want to make the price for us for the user itself. We want the user to give it the price that the user wants to charge. So we could simply do public and apples, and this is how you create a constructor. You basically just use the public and the name of the class, and we need a double. So we need double price. We could do apple price. Bingo. So now we have a constructor. This is our constructor, public apples, which is telling it, hey, constructor, I want you to require the calling class or whoever uses an instance of this class to give us a double before it can use this class. So when we use this class here, we must, as you see, we get an error now. We must pass in a double, laying out the price for the apples class. So let's go ahead and set price. We can set this double to equal to whatever the user passed in. So we can do price equals apple price. So now we have it set. All right. So now what we need to do is here we need to simply pass it a double. So we can do let's be mean. Let's charge 99 cents for one apple. All right, there you go. So we just passed in our double as a constructor, and now what we did is here we accepted it here, and we set the past price equal to our class price, which is price here, because because these methods don't have access to this past argument. We need to create our own argument at the class level and set it equal to whatever's passed in, so that way we can access it here. Make sense? So let's go ahead and run it and let's see what we get. There we go. We get $9.99. $9.99. Well, $9.90 is the total. So, and the reason why is because we charge 99 cents. So 99 times 10 is $9.90. And we can just play with this a little bit. We can change this to let's change it to like $5.50. $5.50 for an apple. And let's go ahead and just run it, and we should get like $50.50. There we go. Yep, or $55. So we got $55, and there it works. So we see the constructor is working correctly. Everything passes being set, and we just learned constructors. So as simple as that. If you try to learn this academically, and this is what I learned too, in university, is they make stuff way more complicated than it is. It's super simple if you just break it down and make it understandable to a kid. To just break it down. It doesn't have to be, used with big words or scholarly. I mean, I understand the academic world, but for simplicity, we need to just break it down like it is and just use simple words, because programming is simple. And so that's the whole goal here. So yeah, I hope you guys understood the constructor lecture. And like I said, if you have any questions, leave comments, ask questions, and remember, Google is your friend.